Hey YouTube, Curtis Bay here. Welcome back if you're a returning visitor or subscriber, and welcome in if you're brand new to the channel. This channel is called Life is Hard, and the premise of the channel is that there's a bunch of us Gen Xers out there who have been working our tails off for a long time, and either in retirement, semi-retired, have retired, are getting ready to retire, or like me in the last month, you've been terminated, you've been fired. Um, and you're now trying to figure out how you can create additional income, or you've tested the market, you've gone back out to your industry to see if you could get hired by other people and found that AI has taken over all the interviews. There's the recruiting process, the hiring process is all completely different. Your resume has to be done differently. You no longer can just go shake hands and have coffee with someone and they'll hire you on the spot or tell you to come back at another day and they'll get hired. Maybe you've done all of those things and you've realized that then, man, I've just got to find some way to be able to make money online. And you've seen all the YouTube channels, you've watched all the Instagram ads as you scroll through your feed, and you've seen all these people brag about $10,000 in one day. If I can, you just take Canva and your phone and print an ebook and $17 and you'll be $100,000 guy every month. Or you've seen other people say, buy my program for $17, and then when you go to buy the program, it's a $400 upgrade, or they give you just enough to say, well, you have to join our master class to be able to go further. So this channel was created to be able to do a couple things. One, sort of document my history, or not my history, but document this program as I launch this video or this YouTube channel. I create a Skool community where we'll actually test products, test ideas, test business models and services, and then we'll rank them and we'll use them and we'll support each other. It's going to be a fantastic community. Nobody's doing that. And then we'll actually launch a couple products that everyone else can watch and decide whether they want to be a part of or not. But Life is Hard channel will give you a place where you can come and feel safe and know that maybe you'll get a laugh or two out of the channel, or at best you'll at least recognize that other people are going through what you will, and maybe you'll learn something about how to get past whatever you're struggling with, or whether it's business or personal. So that's what Life is Hard was formed for. And my promise was that I would record this no matter what, good or bad. I'm not good at editing. I don't know what I'm doing on this side of it. I'm going to try and get some help, and I will get better. I promise you I'll get better, and we'll get a more of a format for our content. I'd like to, be a little bit more formal, like a bit of a podcast, if you would. Not going to be that formal, but where we can talk about the realities of life that we're all dealing with, whether it's the economy or I have recently been widowed, and it's challenging. Not everyone wants to hear about that all the time, and I don't, it's not good to sit and dwell on it or talk about it all the time, but it is part of the reality, and it affects me in my day, and it affects others because it affects me. So we'll talk about that stuff. And then, like I said, the challenges of just trying to find work is different than it's ever been, and the realization that the economy is probably not getting any better, and that if you're like a lot of folks, that Social Security check or that retirement check or the combination of both, they're just not getting you where you want to go. And you found out that you have to go back to work, and you don't want to be a Walmart greeter, or you don't want to deal with the hiring process, etc. This will be a great place for you. So let's review what happened to me real quick this year. In January 2022, my wife was killed. And after nearly 40 years of being together, I was faced with the reality, and we had raised each other. I mean, 19 and 20 years old when we met. I didn't know how to act. She took care of our family. She was the queen of our castle, and she took care of our family and our house and everything. And I had the freedom to be able to go out and earn a living and pursue whatever I wanted to pursue. And I did so, and we did very well. In 2017, we sold the last company that I had formed, and we exited pretty well. And we're living in Washington State at the time, and so she could be closer to her family. And our goal was to tie up some loose ends up there. And then when our oldest boy and his family moved back to Arizona, which was home for us, we would follow them. And then we just hang out and follow the grandkids all over the place. Well, that didn't end up being what happened. We moved into our forever home in 2021 in September, and a few months later, she was gone. I had just launched a consulting career in the HVAC space. I have a pretty good reputation for providing some high-level infrastructure, operational stuff for sales and distribution, and been considered a pretty good negotiator. And so I got hired pretty quickly on a contract, which was great because I really didn't want to report to anybody and I didn't want to have to check in with anybody and all that. So the contract seemed great. But right after I got the contract, I lost Tammy. And so I battled that for a couple months. I did everything I could to, be able to contribute. And then at some point, I finally decided it just wasn't fair to the company and I couldn't do it. I was in the fetal position almost every day. I could barely get out of my own way. And that wasn't helping me and it wasn't giving them the value they were paying for. So I stepped aside. About a month went by and I tried it again with another company and I succeeded, but it was a much shorter contract and not as challenging. I did it again with a company in Dublin, Ireland, and then I worked again with another company in Australia. And then decided that because of the nature of the consulting, as I would uncover the challenges that they were facing, first they would tell me what they wanted. Obviously, they wanted an exit strategy, or they were struggling with margin. They had problems with their distribution or challenges with supply in China or whatever. And I would get hired to clean up some of that stuff and come up with new strategies and tactics. Once that was solved, they no longer needed me, right? So what a lot of folks found was that they could uncover a lot of that stuff through AI today. They didn't really need a physical person to come and do that work. And so I knew I was on thin ice, with almost everybody. The minute I signed the agreement, I knew I was going to have to start looking for another company to work with. So that wasn't all that fun. And I decided that this digital thing, I saw all the same ads you saw. I went to YouTube University and spent hours and hours and hours and hours evaluating these different companies and these people that were making all these claims about income and stuff. And I found, for the most part, they were all true. Everyone was probably making a lot of money, but they were always holding something back. And so I decided I'm going to try it. And so for this whole last year, I bought several programs and several products, and I signed on with a bunch of different companies. I attended masterminds. I spent the thousands of dollars to go to these things and learn about what they were offering and how they marketed and what the secret sauce was and all that stuff. And I found that it's consistent across the board. But we're in a really good spot at our age. If you're a Gen X individual, and like I said before, you're one of the most valuable people on the planet right now. And there's never been a better time to be alive and in this space than right now. The people that are our age and are creating content online on YouTube are being monetized faster. They're cutting brand deals quicker and they're more lucrative. And they're satisfying that itch for being able to contribute and earn money while not having to face traffic every single day or answer to the boss or like me, look for another client every couple months because your contract was going to run out. But those things require specific, in order to be successful, you require a specific series of things to happen. And the number one thing you needed was you had to have traffic no matter what. So you had to have a payment gateway, you had to have traffic, you had to have some way to be able to promote your content and or your product or service. If you were happy just making content and having a conversation about gardening or recipes or teaching people about particular health issues or beauty issues or things like that, you'd be really successful on a YouTube channel. And that's one of the reasons we started this, so that folks could watch what it looks like to have a YouTube channel and watch it become monetized. I'm probably not going to be the guy that's going to walk around my swimming pool or the hiking in the mountains up here and give that kind of content back. We're always going to be around personal development and business development. I really want to help people make money. there's never Alex Hermosi. I watched an interview with him the other day, and he said the reason he's so hard on people is because he remembers the pain and struggle that he was going through when he only had $7 in his checkbook. And I know what that was like too. I came up poverty stricken with my family early on in the 60s, and stood in line for cheese and bread, and had the funny money back then, and everything too. And those things have haunted me forever, and it's one of the reasons why I pursued being an entrepreneur all my life and worked and was successful. But in doing this now, I wanted to be able to contribute. It was one of the commitments I made to Tammy, was that I would do something that would honor her. And if you're not in that same space, it doesn't matter. If you want to contribute in a way, though, that you want to impact others, which is what I want to do, I wanted to be able to uncover, strip away all the gunk and all the garbage and all the hype and all hyperbole and everything, and come up with real programs that pay real money for in trade for either your education or your background, your history, your experiences. Today's experiences for Gen X, they're so valuable. If you can help somebody walk them through a car issue, or a recipe issue, or how to quiet a colicky baby, or how to make your back feel better after blah blah blah, all of those things, you're a unique individual, and people want to hear from people of their own age group, and people that have actually had real experience and can give them tools and tips and things like that, to be able to improve their situation. So if you're Gen X, having a YouTube channel is going to change your life, and you should start right away. What I would say is, if you want to then actually make that YouTube channel, convert that into some way to be able to make money for you, which is what most people are trying to do. Like I said, most of us have experiences where we never want to go back to a way we did, or we want to get out of the spot we're in. This will do it for you, and it can happen rather quickly. So you first need a YouTube channel. You need a product that people want. That product has to be priced appropriately so that you can be compensated well. And ideally, you would be compensated recurring, so you wouldn't have to, continue to grind out the same performance every single week or month. And then you need a place to be able to tell that story and someone to fulfill it. So I decided I was going to use AI to do most of that work. I would get AI to do the fulfillment. I would get AI to manage the different product lines as I brought in different companies and I met with different affiliates and I did all that. I would run them through AI and let AI tell me the horror stories or the good parts about them, and then I'd figure out how to utilize them. So Life is Hard was built to be able to tell that story, document this thing, give you a place to hang out and know that it's safe. And it's like I said, at some point we'll get a better stream of content, where I intend to cover, a little bit of the global news of the day for 2 minutes and what's happening locally, and then the whole reason, and then some sports stuff and a little bit of humor, and then obviously my own personal story. But the reason for doing that is just to take a look at how that affects us, what it looks like, our mood, our performance, and then how we can use it and pivot that to be able to help us and improve our situation, including building a small company. So I've done a couple things in the last couple weeks. I've got this thing off the ground finally. I've decided on all the products that I looked at over the last year. I found 3 that I'm really happy with, and we're going to talk about them, and they're going to be in the Skool community. Like I said, the Skool community is where the group of doers will hang out. That will be where the products have been tested and refined, and the services, etc. And then those will be where people have implemented the programs, and that group that will be in the Skool community will be supporting each other. We'll have Monday meetings where we talk about, I call it Momentum Monday, where we're going to talk about how well things are going, how well you're doing, all of those sorts of things. It'll be a much more interactive place to be able to hang out for that, and it's all business orientated. It's all going to be, just tactical stuff. And then Wednesday it'll be sort of couch day. What have we struggled with? What do you know is not working? What software is not working? What challenges did you face? All that kind of stuff. And then Fridays we'll distribute. Friday will be ship day. It'll be the day that we put everything together and we say, hey, okay, it's time to get something on our calendar and get a product out to the market. and I intend to have 2 or 3 products. In fact, I have them now. I'm just refining the packaging and how we're going to launch them in the Skool community. But the Skool community will be a group of doers. It's going to be a blast. But then that community will support each other. So as someone within the community launches their new program and product, the rest of the community will support them, and then we'll help other people do the same for them. This should exponentially get really, really big, and it should be really, really cool to watch happen. But it starts here. Got Life is Hard off over the last year. Also, I've been studying for and testing for my life insurance, health, accident, disability, my Series 63, 6, 7 for annuities and bonds, etc., so that I can offer investment and business projects and programs for people that are going to be part of our program. The insurance company, I finally got licensed, got everything done. I'm licensed in 14 states now, and that company's name is Sonas, S-O-N-A-S, Sonas Insurance. And that insurance company will begin offering services, and I'll be hiring agents all around the country. So that's one part of earning, of getting back in the business and earning an income without having to go out and get brick and mortar, without having to buy a franchise, but using what I know. I know how to build companies. And know that I don't have to spend a bunch of money up front other than my own time, testing, and maybe some brochures and a website. But then I've got something that I can grow with, and will start paying me an income. The other things I've done is I created a online program with Instagram and TikTok to sell a master resale product, which is that product is the business in a box, for lack of a better word. But whatever you're going to sell, you need payment gateways, you need relationships with your bank. So Stripe, Square, PayPal, all those things where you put in when you buy something online, enter your credit card info, you have to have all of that. Then you have to be able to create a place to be able to house your products, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all these other channels. This master resale agreement that I signed, that does all of that for you. And there's a technical team that helps you get that stuff up. So if you're like me and you don't know how to do that stuff, they'll do it for you. So I paid the fees, I've tested the water, I've got that out there. That's earning right now. So we'll share that and tell you guys about that and how that's going. And then I've got a couple other programs and products that are similar in nature. Low barrier to entry, so that people can get started without having to part with a bunch of money, because everyone's living paycheck to paycheck. And then something that comes back rather quickly. But if you stay with it, it will pay you recurring revenue, which is my goal, to get everybody on a recurring revenue stream, so that you can earn this money not just once but forever. And then ultimately, my goal with all of this is to show you how you can then build that asset, and in 2 or 3 years be able to sell that to the market. That's where my expertise really lies, is in the mergers and acquisitions, or being able to help folks exit at scale. So you build an asset through a newsletter and an email campaign, and you do that by offering services and products that people will buy, and then you collect that data. And you need a community that can help you grow and manage that, and you need a community to help you source that. You need a community to help lift that up and support it, so that you can get more traffic and create more revenue, and that cycle repeats itself while you're sleeping. But at some point, that asset becomes super, super valuable, and you can take those thousands and thousands of people and create brand deals with your favorite automotive place, with your favorite beauty product, with your favorite medical product, your favorite health product. They'll pay to have you be their spokesperson, because they want to reach your audience, and it's way better coming from you than it is to just pay blindly to someone on TV or wherever, where they don't know who the audience is. But that will become very valuable, and I want to be able to show you how you can exit at scale and make a lot of money and be able to leave that for your family. So it was a weird week. It was tough. Again, the hardest part about doing this is doing it alone. I miss Tammy. I miss having a companion. Just having someone to hold hands or have coffee with, or watch a movie, anything like that. And when you're doing these kinds of things like I'm doing with building and trying to put my life back on track. Doing it alone is really, really hard. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed what you got out of this so far. I hope that you'll hit the subscribe button, share this, boost it, do all the things to help this grow right now. I will get better, I promise you. And like I said, I'll get a better format. We'll have better definitions and product conversations. But just know right now, life is hard. Build anyway is our tag. It doesn't matter how hard it is. Nobody's coming. It doesn't. No one's going to solve my problems. No one's going to fix yours. You have to do it yourself. And if you need money, then you've got a safe place to come and hang out and learn about it. And you're going to have products and services that have been tested, so you don't have to go through that. And you can participate or not, but you'll always have a place to be able to hang out and share your thoughts and feelings, and etc. So, thanks again for coming. I look forward to getting this one up pretty soon. It takes me a while to get them done because I don't have anybody to help me, no producers, no editors, no anything like that. But once I get it done, I'll get it up on the YouTube. It'll be there. And then there are some old ones that I created that were mostly product driven. So you can go back and watch those. They're pretty good. They're okay. But as I get better at this, we will incorporate, like I said, other things to be able to tie into real life situations, what's happening at our dinner table, how that is impacting how we're acting, and what opportunities we're faced with, and then what we can do to solve that. All of that will be in our channel as we're going forward. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. I truly do appreciate it. It means the world to me that you're going to click on there as a subscriber, and you're going to share this. And I hope that you learned something, and put it in the comments what you're doing. But the goal of this channel is to take Gen Xers, people like us, teach you how you can make money online, teach you how to start a business, grow a business, and sell a business. That's the mission. And the only way to do that is to have usually mentors and coaches, or spend a bunch of money and buy a franchise or something like that. But we're going to do it right here. That's my goal. And I will help you get there. We'll have the Skool channel where the doers are actually putting these things to work, and you can join that community and get your own product and service up, and our team will help you. And then we're going to work through that into different programs and products on TikTok and Instagram and things like that just require you using your phone for an hour or two a day. So thank you again. Really appreciate it. Look for this to come. Look for the next one to come out after this one. It'll be a little bit better. I promise you it'll be a little bit better. But go to the Skool community. Look in the description for the links for the affiliate stuff. And then go to the Skool community, sign up and subscribe in the Skool community, and then be part of our Monday, Wednesday, Friday meetings. And tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're working on. And in the comments, tell me what you're working on and what you would like some help with. Thank you. I really look forward to getting to connect with all of you guys as we go forward. Again, my goal is to build this thing so that I can show you exactly how to build companies. I know how to build companies. They just have been in a different format, in a different business model, but we're going to get this one right. Life is hard. Build anyway.